This is how I usually set up my lights and backdrop to get this type of look for client shoots. As you can see, it's pretty elaborate. The equipment I use are relatively expensive, and this setup also requires a bigger space. What you're seeing right now is shot in my small home studio. That's about 10 by 10 feet, using cheaper and even some DIY equipment. In this episode, I'm going to teach you guys how to get the same look using budget-friendly equipment for your room, home studio, or your home office. Okay, let's break this down. What I'm gonna do is list all the equipment I use for the shot first, then go into detail and explain what they're for and how to set them up. There are 4 things we're gonna take a look at, and that is the backdrop, backlight, and the key and fill light I use. Let's start with the backdrop. For my background, I use a Savage backdrop. This is their black color roll. This is my favorite color because it looks good as it is, but it also looks really good when you use gels or RGB lights on it. This is mounted using a wall mount system, but you can also mount this using backdrop stands or even just cutting a piece and pinning it in your wall. For my backlight, which also gives me the halo effect, I just use a clamp light that I got from Home Depot and use a regular light bulb. I also just painted this fixture black because I used to bring this on client shoots, so I had to make it look a little bit more professional. Pro tip, I usually use a diffusion filter to soften the light spread a bit, but a DIY version is to just use parchment paper. This is used for baking, so you probably already have this in your kitchen. This works really great for diffusing light also. To clamp this, I just use a regular clothespin, or C47s as they call it in the filmmaking world, that you can usually get in the dollar store. For my key or main light, for this example, I'm just using an Aputure HR672. This is one of my cheapest LED light that has a pretty good light output. To diffuse the light better, I use an umbrella. What this does is it helps soften the shadows in your face and also helps eliminate hot spots, resulting in a more flattering look. As far as placement, I usually position this at around 45 degrees in front of me and raise it a little bit above my head. I also try to place this as close to me as possible without being framed. The reason for that is because the bigger a diffused light source is, the softer a light becomes, and the closer the umbrella is to you, the bigger the light would seem, giving you a more flattering and diffused light source. I really hope that made sense. If not, I'm gonna link tutorials down below that have helped me learn about this. For fill, if you guys don't know what a fill light is, it's basically just a light source opposite side of the key to fill the shadow side of your face. And for that, I'm just using a white foam board that I got from a dollar store. I like placing this just a little off to the side of me and tilting it up a little bit to illuminate the side of my face and also the shadow under my chin. The placement of this is largely going to depend on where you place your key and also the shape of your face. So just mess with it to find your spot. That's it. That's really that simple. Sorry I was not able to go super in depth and talk about catch light and shadow placement and all that, but I hope it did inspire you to learn more about lighting. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to link more tutorials down below that can help you learn more about this topic. I hope you guys learned something from this video, guys. And if you did, I would appreciate if you guys like and subscribe. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.